Hello, welcome to my channel. Another day, another travel. This time I am traveling to Albania with my sisters. You can see us vibing here. We didn't know what was coming, but this is me and my other sister. We're going to the airport. Osana is her name. We had gotten to the airport at this point. We're flying Ryanair to Albania. We didn't know what was coming. Honestly, see how overjoyed we were. At this point, we didn't know that our plane was going to be in the air for over an hour or two, and our plane was going to be diverted to Greece because the weather was bad in Albania. We couldn't land. This was like the Greece. And eventually, we finally landed. Such a rainy day. People were confused. If you can see our face, I was just like, oh my God, what a day. My sister is so funny. But at this point, we got into our hotel. We were so excited to be here. The name of the hotel is Hotel Elisa, Tirana. I'll leave it in the description box. Such a stunning hotel. I'd been here before, and in the other video I'm going to do about Albania, you will see the first time that I came there. I'll show you another room that I stayed when I came to Albania for the first time. But this was my second time in Albania. This was the room. This hotel, when you watch this video, realize that we ate a lot of food, we rested a lot, even though we didn't let the weather deter us. But this was our room, this was the toilet, and that was the living area, like where we're going to sleep. This was the bathroom. It was so nice. First things first, we headed to have, I think it was dinner, because we had landed really late and we couldn't do anything. But this is us enjoying the meal at this the restaurant of the hotel. The restaurant of the hotel really had good food, so we tasted almost everything on the menu while we're there. Of course, I would have pesto pasta. It was so delicious. It was seafood pesto pasta, and there was this brownie and some dessert I don't remember right now. But this was day 2. In early morning, we went for breakfast again. We had a lot of food in this hotel. The food was really good as well. So this was the buffet style breakfast. So I was just trying to take a video of everything that was on the menu, and this was our plates, 3 of us, so me and my 2 sisters, and we decided to get ready to go out. Another funny thing happened, but I'm going to let Osato talk about it in a minute. At this point, we were still dancing. Honestly, this Albania trip had so many stories that we could tell for eternity. But anyways, this is my sister again, and
today the sisters we are on our way to
Vlera.
So we're so excited. It's like a 3-hour drive. So this is sisters vacation.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Osato's commentary. So we had taken a short picture, and then we decided to go find a bus that would take us to Vlore. This bus, I don't remember how much it cost, but we went to the park. Everything just felt like we were in Lagos. So we took a bus. It was a scenic ride to Vlore, but we didn't do enough research to find out what to do in Vlore. We just realized that, okay, when we get to Tirana, the closest place is Vlore, because the other place that everybody was familiar with, I think Sarande is the most beautiful part of Albania, but we didn't go there. So we decided to go to Vlore, and we were on the bus at this point. It was a 3-hour drive, like Osato mentioned earlier, and we were trying to get to the city center. Upon arriving at the city center, we realized that the place had been flooded from rain the previous day. Remember the rain that hindered our flight from landing for over 3 hours, but there were some dry areas. I decided to do all these videos that you see where people are running on the street. At this point, we were trying to figure out what to do when we got to Vlore. That was the city center. Some people just stopped us randomly. I was taking pictures with me and my sisters. We don't know why, but that was okay. So we decided to go to a beach that I found on TikTok. Honestly, there were beaches that we were driving past. We should have taken a lesson from that and just, stayed by these beautiful beaches here instead of going to a far place. We didn't realize what was coming. But anyway, the view is so beautiful, honestly. We were in the taxi at this point, and the beach was so far from the city center. Honestly, it should have been a queue for us to get off the taxi and stay there. But this was the beach, Vega Beach. When we got there, we realized it was closed. Osato has a lovely commentary about this again, and you're going to hear from her soon. But this was the outside of the beach. We just took a video because there was nothing we could do. We couldn't enter the beach. We decided to take some pictures while waiting as well. And bear in mind, this place was a bit deserted. There was not a lot of people here.
So we came to the beach, right? but then we don't lost. Or rather, the beach that we wanted to go to, they are undergoing renovation. So look at the other. Look at the other tourists. Ruth say. Everybody don't tire. Everybody don't tire. But the view is magnificent though. Let me show you the view. You gorgeous.
Anyway, that was a summary of our experience. So we decided to still take some pictures. At this point, we're trying to burn time because we didn't see another taxi. We couldn't book Ubers. And this place was so far from the city center, we couldn't walk back to the center. We saw some scary looking taxis. At some point, we ran, but I didn't put a video of us running. Eventually found our way out and we got back to the city center. At this point, we were hungry. We were looking for what to eat, but look at the sun. It was setting so beautifully over Vlore, Albania. It was just nice. At this point, we're trying to find where to eat. A lot of places were about to close. It was like 6 p.m. I think. We didn't, because it was 3-hour drive from Tirana. We got there when everything was pretty much closing. So we decided to find where to eat. We're just checking Google, checking different restaurants in the area, but at the same time taking in the view because the sun was setting. I was having a lovely time with my sisters. It was so fun because of course I travel with my sisters, but this was an earlier picture that I took when we got to the center. We still decided to take some more pictures again. And of course we found a restaurant, the only restaurant that was open. We took some pictures, of course. It was fun bonding with my sisters at this restaurant. So this was seafood. I don't remember how it tasted. It was good. But then we had pasta. The food took some time to get to us. And then we decided to find our way back to Tirana. We took some, bubble tea as well. And then at the time we were about to leave, anyway, we got to our hotel safely. This was day 3, of course, breakfast, and we're preparing to head out to another place. When we were about to leave Vlore, we didn't know that you had to leave early so that you could, get transport back. But thankfully, a friend came through for us and we were able to find a taxi back to Tirana. This was also on day 3, trying to go see some other parts of Albania. Bear in mind, it was raining on most of these days. I don't think it was a good time to travel. This was October 2024. This was the city center. Surprisingly, we met somebody who could speak our language, and we're from Edo State. So it was interesting to see somebody like that in Albania, and she was a white person. But we decided to take some pictures again. This point, we were trying to figure out what to do. We then found this lovely restaurant. It was called Artigiano. The food was delicious. Like, one thing about Albania, you're gonna enjoy the food. Like, anytime you're going to Albania, I recommend that you plan to eat as much as you want. If you're a Nigerian, the food is going to taste like home for you. So this was our pasta. It was al dente, and I don't like al dente pasta. It was really hard, but the grilled meat was delicious. This was us at I think this was the pyramid, and then we got to take some gelato before we found our way back to our hotel. Another tip here is when you go to Albania, if you come to the UK on holiday, you don't need a visa to go to Albania. Your UK visa suffices. This was the spa within the hotel, and we came down for dinner again. We just had some drinks and had some sandwiches after such a lovely day. And it was time to leave Albania. This was day 4. What an eventful trip. Although chaotic, it was so fun. It was great spending time with my sisters, and we got to the airport. We definitely have to redo this trip because we went when it was rainy, and definitely there's more fun to see in Albania. I recommend as well that you could just book a taxi from the airport in Tirana to find your way around, or book your own car if you can drive as well. But it was a fun trip. We had already landed in London at this point, taking you back to another clip from the beginning when we were still vibing without knowing what to expect. But thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.